I'm Miss A Soma. This video is about Kudasaru and Kudasai and kudasaimasuka, the most commonly used expressions for making requests in Japanese. Here we go.
The verb くださる
We are starting with a verb くださる. くださる consists of two parts, a verb くだす and an ancient verb helper る which expresses the respect. Nowadays we use れる for that. くだす is written in kanji. This kanji means low, below, bottom, inferior, kind of. So the verb くだす expresses to make something flow from a higher position to a lower one. To show some respect to the person who gives something to a lower one. We add る on the end of くだす. Then we have くださる. A が B に something をくださる means that A gives B something.
先生が僕に本をくださる
A teacher gives me a book.
おばあちゃんが私たちにお菓子をくださる
Grandma gives us candies. Actually, we usually omit me or us when the speaker is I or we, so those examples are a bit less natural. But please notice that the subject of the verb くださ is A, but the speaker adds る to indicate respect. We can translate it as It's an honor that the teacher gives me a book.
先生が青木くんに本をくださる
I'll say it in a respectful manner that the teacher gives a book to Aoki-kun. You don't need to translate them that way. They are just for deeper understanding. Actually, the verb くださる is the antonym of いただく. So let's review what いただく means. When someone who is in a higher position than you gives you something, here you are, and you hold the thing over your head and bow to express thankfulness. This action is いただく. A が B に something をくださる. A gives B something. B が A から something をいただく. B gets something from A. A expresses the same event. Who is respected is A. And the speaker is usually B. But we don't use the passive form. いただく is just B's action. いただく. But くださる have two persons will. くださる I respect you.
verb plus て plus くださる先生が英語を教えてくださる
The teacher teaches me English. We usually translate it as just a teacher teaches me English, but I will translate it as a teacher teaches me English and gives the favor of teaching me English. According to Google, verb plus て has many meanings, but in many cases, て works just as and or then. For example, we can translate 先生が私に英語を教えてくださる as a teacher teaches me English and gives that the teacher teaches me English. It means that a teacher teaches me English and gives the favor of teaching me English. Then we can say a teacher gives the favor of teaching me English. You don't need to translate it that way. It's just for deeper understanding. We just say a teacher teaches me English. Google says a teacher teaches me English as 先生が私に英語を教えてくれます. Actually, it's rude. くれます is the expression for close friends. For elders or teachers, you should use くださる or いただく. 先生が英語を教えてくださる and 先生から英語を教えていただく。They both are the same.
先生が英語を教えてくださる。
The teacher gives the favor of teaching me English. The teacher teaches me English.
先生から英語を教えていただく。
I get the favor of the teacher teaching me English. The teacher teaches me English.
おばあちゃんがお菓子を買ってくださる。
Grandma gives the favor of buying us candies. Grandma buys candies for us.
おばあちゃんからお菓子を買っていただく。
We get the favor of Grandma buying us candies. Grandma buys candies for us. You don't need to translate them that way. They're just for deeper understanding.
ください。
When you start learning Japanese, you must have met this expression at the beginning. Kudasai is really useful and commonly used phrase.
リンゴをください。
はいどうぞ。
みかんをください。
はいどうぞ。
お釣りをください。
はいどうぞ。Kudasai comes from an older form of kudasaru. The older form, kudasare, which means please give me, turns into kudasai because of the sound problem. So, kudasai is basically an order, but it's polite enough because it has the polite verb helper ru. Ru turns to re and turns to i. So it's okay to use in daily conversation to request something.
verb プラスてプラスください。
If you want someone to do something, you can use verb plus te plus kudasai form.
英語を教えてください。
Please teach us English.
僕と付き合ってください。
Will you be my girlfriend? コーヒーを入れてください。Please make coffee for me.
Before playing with a roller coaster.
メガネは外してください。あ、すいません。It's very useful and polite enough in daily conversation, but it's not enough in business scene for a boss or a customer because it's originally an order.
こちらにお名前を書いてください。
こらお客様にくださいってことがあるかくださいますかかいただけますかだろう
We usually use kudasaimasuka or itadakimasu instead of kudasai when we are talking to elders or to people in higher position, especially in business scene. Before explaining these two expressions, we are talking about verb plus te plus kudasaimasu form first.
verb プラスてプラスくださいます。
When we put the verb helper masu, which expresses polite, onto the verb kudasaru, the verb kudasaru changes its form into kudasari. Then we have kudasarimasu. And then this ri changes its form into i because of a sound problem. Then we have kudasaimasu. So, kudasaimasu is just a politer version of kudasaru, not kudasai. So, kudasaimasu doesn't have the meaning of to request or to order.
先生が本をくださいます。
It's an honor that the teacher gives me a book.
先生が英語を教えてくださいます。
It's an honor that the teacher gives the favor of teaching me English. The teacher teaches me English.
verb プラスてプラスくださいますか
Ka is a question marker. So, verb plus te plus kudasaimasuka literally means that would you give me the favor of doing something for me?
英語を教えてくださいますか
Would you please teach us English?
お名前を書いてくださいますか
Would you please write your name?
コーヒーを入れてくださいますか
Would you please make me a cup of coffee?
メガネは外してくださいますか
Would you please take off your eyeglasses? We can use itadakimasu verb plus te plus itadakimasu in almost the same situation.
英語を教えていただけますかコーヒーを入れていただけますかメガネは外していただけますか
いただく turns into いただける which means can get. And adding ます makes it politer. か means question. So いただけますか means can I get?
What's the difference?
If we are forced to make difference clear, please remember that いただく make ourselves lower. くださる make the others higher. Then my friend Sean said it's the same thing. So I will give you some example. I hope it will help you. In a school, you are a student and when you are asking a teacher about something, if the teacher looks really busy and I feel it's not so good time for asking, but I have to ask, I prefer to say, 先生、お忙しいところすみませんが、ちょっと教えていただけますか? I prefer to use いただけますか because I feel bad. So I want to make myself lower than a teacher. And if a teacher is not so busy and relaxing, 先生、これを教えてくださいますか? And if it's time for questions, これを教えてください. Because you don't need to ask if we can ask.
ください plus お願いします。
At last, I will introduce you to a kind of trick. If you want to be politer than just ください, but you don't want to use くださいますか or いただけますか because they have many syllables and complicated. I recommend adding お願いします after ください and starting with すみません that would be perfect. すみません、コーヒーをください。お願いします。
すみません。日本語を教えてください。お願いします。
If you are just a traveler, you can survive with すみません。お願いします。and the word これ and your phone. For example, where can I get the train ticket? すみません。これお願いします。That will be perfect. That's all for today. Next video is about the pitch accent of causative passive voice. させられる。られさせる。それないわ。If you have something to ask me, feel free to give me a comment. ぜひコメントをください。チャンネル登録をぜひしてくださいますか？お願いします。I hope this video will help you. どうもありがとうございました。お疲れ様でした。See you!